Sir, learning to eat is possible or not?
My supreme namaskarams to all of you. Eating is a subject without which nobody can improve either themselves or a country's growth. So, when you need to require to have a beautiful life, definitely you need to have a good health. For a good health, good habits of eating is absolutely necessary. If you want to have a healthier, more compassionate life or a generation, you must know that learning to eat is must for anybody. Especially in India, mothers or the guardians teach the children about good habits of eating. But nowadays, in the family life, due to acquiring skills and busy schedules for earning of money for the livelihood, all are busy in the family life. So parents are not having much time to make the children to learn about good habits of eating. So teaching children to eat well must begin with not only in the houses but also in the society but also in the schools. Nowadays the children, they are accustomed to not to go to schools. So even if you make the learning to eat subject as one of the curriculum in the schools, it is difficult for the children to learn. So this practice of eating properly and good food must not only be made a curriculum in the schools, but also it must be practiced by one and all in the houses and in the society. I came to know that last month world leaders gathered in Paris for the Nutrition for Growth, that is N4G summit. It was also a time for the United Nations General Assembly UNGA to announce the extension of the United Nations Decade of Action on Nutrition from its original time frame of 2016 to 2025 to 2030. This extension seeks to sustain the global momentum to end all forms of malnutrition and align efforts more closely within the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. For a sustainable development, food literacy is no longer a luxury. You must have food literacy. You must have the knowledge of which food gives what type of strength or chance for development. The focus must shift from just feeding children to teaching them how to eat well. So it is your duty to make the children aware, especially in India where literacy is not too high, not only about learning to eat but also about what to be eaten, what food has to be given to the children. Good nutrition is required for all children to grow. To help the children to have good growth, you must set the foundation for long term health. But due to that, we must shift our focus from just feeding children to teaching them how to eat well. So, learn to eat well is a very important and good subject. Today, children are going up in a world where food is everywhere, ordered with a tap. For that matter, Swiggy, Zomato, many other sources of getting the food by just making payment to any place wherever you are is possible. But you must know which variety or which commodity, which type of food is required at what time. For example, the day before yesterday, I learned from Sanskrit slokas written by a big Maharshi that you must have three aspects in life, that is, how to use water and buttermilk and milk. From milk only you get buttermilk or curd, and from milk only by adding water you get buttermilk. But when to eat what and what extent of food, in terms of food, this buttermilk or milk or water as a food item, you must know. First and foremost thing is, you must see that water is taken always after you wake up and have the brush and other things. After cleaning minimum things, you can take water in the morning. For example, you need to take your water depending upon your weight and also the age, some quantity, let us say 1.5 liter per day. You can take 1 to 1.5 liter water in the morning itself by just giving some gap of time for 200 grams water, another 10-15 minutes, like that. Suppose 1 liter water you want to take 5 times with a gap of 15 minutes interval. 15 minutes interval. But you must complete taking water in the morning itself. So when to take buttermilk? Buttermilk you can take 3 times a day as a condition, but generally any time it must be taken only after finishing your food, taking food. Suppose you had breakfast, you can have buttermilk. You had lunch, you can have buttermilk. You had dinner, you have buttermilk. Or in the evening supper, you can take buttermilk. Buttermilk can be taken generally only after taking food. Milk you can take during night time before going to bed. Water can be taken now and then as in case of need, because your body itself will give a signals about thirstiness and other things. Juices you can take anytime, but buttermilk can be taken or should be taken only after completion of food. Water you can take in the morning, buttermilk you can take after completion of the food, and milk and other items during night before going to bed. So this is the food items and food habits. So how children can know about it? Only by teaching and practicing of this type of good habits by the parents or the members of the society, or teaching in the schools. So taking milk and water and buttermilk is known thing, but practice this way is good. One more thing, there is a concept of probiotics problem. So generally doctors advise after 30 to 40 years taking milk is not permissible, it's not good, it's probiotic. So take milk added any other items such as complain added milk, or any milk which is added Bonavita, what you call Horlicks, or that type of things you can add to milk and take before going to bed. So it gives strength for your happy sleep. So teaching children to eat well must begin not only in the schools but also in the houses and society, so that children can have good habits of taking or eating food. We can have a healthier generation and better prepared for the future. We must start by making learning to eat well a part of every child's life especially during education, starting today itself. If you are hearing this video, make your children to learn how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat, and where to eat, and how best you can have this in his heart and mind as part of his life. It must be part of school life, because children go to schools and they are busy there itself. So taking food is, or eating food is done mostly in the school only. Maybe in the morning time, mother or father or somebody who is a guardian gives some food and gives a packet of food also to go to school. But how to eat them, what to eat them, what to eat is very important. Importance of dietary diversity. A key casualty is dietary diversity. Eating a variety of foods to get all the nutrients the body needs. This is the concept. Did a child eat at least 5 of 10 food groups in the last 24 hours? This is the question. Can you imagine that in India, a child eating at least 5 of 10 food groups in the last 24 hours? Definitely no. Because even the elderly people also, they take what they like, not 5 out of 10 groups of eatable foods. So make the elderly people also to know that at least 5 out of 10 food groups a child must eat. Even for that matter, elders also must eat. We need a structured and age appropriate curriculum that goes beyond food groups and includes lifestyle habits and environmental awareness. We should start early at the preschool level and grow with the child until at least the middle age stage, helping them connect the dots between food, health, identity, and sustainability. So we need to have a good curriculum for this. In India, the national education policy and the school health and wellness program have created room for the such integrated learning. What is integrated learning? Around the world, schools are already showing what is possible. Students growing vegetables, cooking simple meals, reading food labels, and learning how their food choices affect their health and the planet. So, your food choices are affecting not only your health but also the well being of you and the planet. So, food habits are very, very important. So, you need to know how to have a integrated learning to children, especially in India. If you want to have a healthier generation, teaching children to eat well not only must begin in preschool level, but also it should develop in school and also when you are in outside of the school. So I hope that at least after seeing this video, you plan to take at least 5 out of 10 food groups every day in a 24 hours time, not only by yourself but also by making your children. Apart from that, while consuming any water, buttermilk or milk, as I said, you will take water only in the morning time by 15 minutes interval, taking of only 200 milligrams of water, and after completion of every meal you take buttermilk, and after completion of the day you are going for sleep, you take milk with some added proteins or anything. If you are above 35 or 40 years, if you are below 30-35 years, you can take directly milk. This is only to avoid probiotic problems. So with this I conclude that teaching children to eat well must begin not only in the schools but also in the preschool level, and also after you cross the age of children, so that we can have a good healthier generation. Thank you very much.